Hello everybody and welcome back to the Isle of Wight. I'm near the town of Newport, which is probably like the largest town on the Isle of Wight, and I've come to do another disused railway walk. Today it's the Newport to Sandown line, almost 8 miles in length. I think I'm going to do it over 2 parts, with the first part right now going off to Horringford. It'll take us through Shide and Blackwater. Shide was where the first sod of ground was dug in preparation for the railway. I believe that was in 1870. So we're going to push on. So we've got Shide, Blackwater and Horringford, and we should even go beside an old quarry that it has a tunnel into there, but you can't get in there as far as I'm aware. So let's head on that way and get going. So the part I'm on now isn't actually the original track bed. This is called Coddy's Way, and that's the River Medina down there. Hope I pronounced that correctly. We've got to go down here a little way and pick up the former track bed. I think it's off to the left a little bit. The Isle of Wight Newport Junction Railway began life in 1875, linking Sandown to the outskirts of Newport. The line was originally intended to connect to the Cows to Ride Railway at Newport, but due to financial issues it never quite made it that far until the 1st of June 1879, when this finally came to be. There are a number of stations along the route between Newport and of course Sandown, beginning at Shide and then Blackwater. We then move on to Merstone Junction, the most southern station on the route, Horringford, Newchurch, Alveston and on to Sandown, amongst a few other intermediates. So in part 1 of this 2-part series we'll be taking a look at where Shide Station is or was. We'll be continuing on to Blackwater Station, Merstone Station and the junction, before continuing on towards Horringford as we head towards Sandown. Here we are actually on the former track bed. Now interestingly, I've just come from down there, Coddy's Way. Look, we've still got the actual alignment of the track bed here, look. And that shoots off over in that direction. That's remarkable, isn't it? Just over there we've got the old Newport Town football stadium. They moved to another ground about 5 years ago, I think. So that's all laid abandoned. I went past it on upstairs of a bus a few days ago, and it's quite interesting. My friend's got a video of that, so if they've done it in time for me putting this video together, I'll put a link onto that. So just here the path splits into 2 and we lose the track bed momentarily, but just here there was also a railway junction. Oh, look how windy it is. Surprised that's not causing chaos on the microphone. The track bed split into 2 and went off towards Shide Quarry, and to get into the quarry there was in fact a tiny little tunnel. So I've come to Burnt House Lane and I'm going to follow this footpath up to Pan Lane, and that should take us to where this quarry was. This path here takes us into where we need to be. I can see a great big gaping chasm down there. I think that might be where our Shide Tunnel is. A quick look at the map to show you where the quarry is, the chalk pits. That's this huge expanse on the right hand side, and the little tunnel going into here is just around about here, coming away from the junction at the top. The road is the A3020, and Shide Station was just here. Let's look at the old maps and we can see it a little bit better where the track used to be, but also note the location of the river. We'll talk about that a little bit later when we get to the site of Shide Station, but you can see the tunnel going under where it says Lower Shide Mill. That is where it comes out into the chalk pit quarry. this is looking more like a swamp down here, isn't it? But this would have been the old track bed leading into the chalk quarry or chalk pit. Some old ruins over there, look. Go around here though, look, what have we got? Our Shide Tunnel. I think we can get right up to it, you know. It's huge red brick walls that it goes into. Wow. So no way into this. It's not very long, and it is a home to bats. And this would have come out on the short spur into and onto the line between Newport and Sandown. So that's the view going back. I've got the torch with me, so we'll at least shine it in and have a quick look. There we go, look, so not very long at all, is it? It's bricked up just there. Now whether it actually went on any further than that, I don't know. If we look where the torch beam's hitting, you can see some kind of refuges all the way along, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. I don't think I'm going to be able to show you the left hand side, but I believe they are there. Because I've stood on that, look. With that side I haven't got. But if I slide along a bit, I might just be able to make them out for you. Just see the little refuges down there, can't you? That's good, that, isn't it? So that's a nice little find, isn't it? Again, just look at that. Amazing. The other side is buried over there. This is Burnt House Lane, and it would have come out just about there. Now what we've got here is the former station buildings of Shide Station. We've got the A6030 on the opposite side, and the River Medina is right beside where I'm stood. It's in between the buildings and myself. Now the interesting part of this is that the river was in fact rerouted. If you look at the old maps, you can see the station buildings just here, but the river is on the opposite side, look, that blue piece on the map. Now that is where the A6030 is routed today, and the track bed of this railway now occupies where the river flows. The river has been rerouted to the former track bed for the allowance of the construction of that road. And if we do jump over to today's map, you can see the road is now in place of where the river once was, but the station building is still in exactly the same place. You can also see the quarry, the chalk pit that we visited earlier on the right hand side. So there's Newport, look, that's where we started. There's Shide, and that is where the first sod of ground was placed on the entire railway over towards Sandown. We're going to go through Blackwater, Merston as far as Horringford in this video, and then we'll carry on towards Langbridge, Alveston, Longwood Lane, her own way, Sandown Station, to where the active line is today. So next stop, Blackwater. So coming up next is Blackwater Station. One platform, opened on the 1st of February 1865 and lasted until the 6th of February 1956. I've still got the River Medina down there. It's getting smaller and narrower because obviously we're moving towards the source of the river. Blackwater Station is about a quarter of a mile up here, and the station house at Blackwater, it is still standing. It's a beautiful white building, I believe. We should get to see it. Apologies, there's not been much aerial footage from the drone. Got a lot of trees on the entire track bed, which prevents me from doing that. And also, it's quite seriously windy. Gusts up to 45 miles an hour today, coming from the south towards the north. Just here, we have to cross the A3020. There's probably a level crossing here once. We'll soon find out when we find some old photos of Blackwater Station. There is the old station building, look, just through there. It is a residence now, so we're not going to show much footage of this from how it is now, but I'll find some photos. In 1875, Merstone Station opened. It had 2 platforms and lasted until 1956. Now the station was moved in June 1897 to the opposite side of the level crossing where it was originally situated. I'd be interested to see if I can actually find photos of both locations. It's so windy right now. I'm really struggling to find places to speak to you, but I've managed to grab a location now. See, it's just so flat. You've got the hedgerows, then it's just flat fields for as far as you can see on both sides. Not that you can see anything. I might be able to poke you through somewhere so you can see, look. Oh. No sooner did I poke the camera through that gap, I got attacked by an absolute full thrust of wind. Station is coming up now. At Merstone Junction, the line split into 2, with the line going south towards Godshill and on towards Whitwell and St Lawrence and Ventnor Town West. Now this, I believe, was the most recent line to be constructed and opened on the entire island, but I also believe it was the first to close. Going on from Merstone Junction, we then continue on to Horringford. I think it's lovely that this station actually has a timely reminder of what it may have once looked like, with the platform surviving and this wooden shelter being erected to remind us of the times gone by. The signal box at Merston was the only one to have a wheel operated gate for the level crossing too. So this is also where the line split into 2. One line shooting off towards Godshill, Wroxall and in the direction of Ventnor, and the other one the way we're going, towards Sandown. One more station and then that'll be it for this particular section of the walk and for this video. We'll push on forward. It's a beautiful day except for that wind still. You can see the tree in front. It's even more vicious. I had to go at flying the drone even just about 30 foot off the ground. I think if I'd left it up longer, it'd have been back on the UK mainland in half an hour. The wind is that bad. We've got quite a camber as we go around here, and I can see a bridge. It's the first one we'll be going under on this entire route so far. That'll be nice. This is quite nice, isn't it? You can see the wind blowing, and the trees up there, look. Red brick throughout by the looks of it. Not even any concrete supports for where the arch meets the vertical walls. I'll have a look on maps in a moment and see what is above that, but it's going to be a road of some sort, isn't it? Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? First bridge of the day. I even did part of the old Newport to Ride line earlier, only about a mile in length. There's no bridges on that either, but you should have already seen that video if you're watching this one. Overhead guy. I can't see anybody up there. Weird. It's a curious place for some posts, isn't it? Obviously, there used to be some kind of gate there before it was open to the public, maybe. Looks like there's some more down here. And these particular ones have actually got gates on, look. There's the post, there's the gate, there's the post. So, it's an Animal Crossing, isn't it, this one? Maybe there used to be one down there. That's probably back in the day, maybe farmer used to just close this off to stop cyclists flying up and down and the cattle going across. Don't really look like they're used anymore. Let's push on. It feels really calm at the moment. So Horringford Station is up next. One platform for this station, opening in 1875, 1st of February, and closing on the 6th of February 1968. Pretty much all the stations along this so far seem to be opening and closing around about the same time. Just by the main road, so there must have been a level crossing as well. I'm slightly off the track there at this point. We've been diverted around. The Environmental Agency owns that bit there because there's some protected species on there. Horringford Station is going to be our final stop along this route on this particular video, but don't worry, part 2 is coming up where we'll continue on towards Sandown. I'll leave you with a few images of Horringford Station, but for now, please like, subscribe, comment below. I'll see you in part 2 of this particular railway walk. Look how beautiful it is. It's a proper nature reserve kind of area, isn't it? Please comment below, like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. You can even become a channel member if you like. You see that in the join button below or above, depending on what device you're using. This is where Horringford Crossing was and station. I'll see you in the very next one. Bye bye.